Well done, Peter, on your big day.
Yeah. Now, would you be willing to go to jail for something that you believe in? Question mark. Because we are about to meet a man who was a law-abiding citizen for most of his life. That is until he reached his 80s.
Bill Ryan served Australia on the front lines of World War II. Now, at 95 years of age, he's fighting another battle, this time against the coal industry, and he does not care if it lands him in prison.
They're onto us already.
If they arrest us, well, it's just too bad. It's just one of the things that you've got to put up with.
Let's go.
You should reach your destination by 10:30 p.m.
Even though I'd like to be laying down and watching the TV about this time of the night, I'm willing to take a few extra pills to get me mobile. We're just waiting for the appropriate time to approach our target. Put the lights off.
I think Dad was 86 when he started to get into the more serious action. Someone coming down now.
It's time now to get rid of the coal.
Hold that and push it in.
I'm concerned about the future of my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. That's pretty solid. And they can put me in jail. There's more of this coming. My name is Bill Ryan. I'm 95 years of age, and I'm a grandfather and a great-grandfather.
I'm Colin Ryan. I'm Bill's son. Bill is a Kokoda War veteran.
I joined when I was 19. When you see someone wounded or killed, that whole day sticks in your mind. But the bullets were whizzing around you like bees around you. The fella on my right, he was killed instantly. I was wounded in my back, an inch from my spine. When I got out of the army, for quite some number of years, I was unable to sleep.
Later on, he had to go into Concord Hospital because he wanted to commit suicide. Everything had got to him.
To me, a war sells nothing. Cole was very quiet.
I took up diving when I was late in high school, going out 7 nights a week down to the local river, organised several trips up to the Barrier Reef. So that's probably where my environmental awareness came from.
The Barrier Reef is facing one of the most serious challenges to its continued existence.
I saw a documentary on TV about climate change, and that really hit me. Sounds silly, but I sort of likened it to watching the Superman movie where the planet that he's born on is dying and that planet implodes. Just sort of thinking, no, it's not going to happen that way, but just really fearful, and for my kids.
Colin got involved before I did, and it was he that really encouraged me to go along. I looked like a lost soul. As someone described me, what's that fella doing here? Why we're here every Friday? Even though I'm legally blind, I can see that what's happening around the place, the changes in the climate. Read the latest. I've got a lot of respect for the science.
No matter how you do the sums, no matter what assumptions you make, you cannot develop any new coal deposits anywhere on planet Earth if you are serious about saving the Great Barrier Reef.
We must stop Adani, read the latest.
What do you want me to say?
Adani comes into the picture because they are the potential developer of the first very large mine in the Galilee Basin in central Queensland. On its own, the Galilee Basin would generate emissions 1.3 times Australia's entire emission from all sources.
How many weeks have we been coming here?
This is 73 today.
73 weeks today.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
He's got a real fan club, yeah.
Do you want us to hand out something?
My fans.
Nana spent about 3 weeks knitting a pair of winter socks for him. I've just got to stick close and maybe I'll get some of the overflow.
Do you need a scarf?
I don't know whether you call that a hobby, but I certainly get the best dose of medicine when I go in there and meet those knitting ladies.
We'd been through the whole process. We've talked to politicians, to petitions, held rallies, and you just realise it's just getting nowhere.
And the more I become involved, the more I can see that the answer is non-violent direct action.
Today, protesters effectively shut down the world's biggest coal export facility near Newcastle.
The first major one was stopping the coal train. Everything went quiet and I just thought, geez, what have we done? And it was, it's quite frightening. 2
police come along and grabbed me, and one said, "You stupid old bastard."
Just dragged Dad down. It was pretty brutal. He said, "I don't care if you die."
That was the most traumatic one because it was the first time I'd ever been in a bloody police cell or jail or anything else like that. And the next day there was tears in my eyes about it.
You just fall apart. You just feel so useless. You realise that so much needs to be done.
A lot of people must think that that's extreme, taking this sort of action.
One neighbour sort of makes the comment, well, sort of, what do you hope to achieve, Col? So often I just want to walk away from it. But you just find yourself out there again. You've got to do something. It's just a last resort, a scream for something to happen.
Cheers.
Down to Adani.
Why not?
Some people have only been arrested 6 times, where others
Oh yeah,
arrested 7 times.
There's no race. I don't do it for enjoyment, I can tell you.
The Students for Sustainability camp here at Newcastle at the moment we're attending.
So we're planning a big day of action tomorrow.
We both feel a bit out of place here.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I think this is mostly potato, isn't it?
Like a custardy sort of bread.
Got a bit of everything in it.
You're Bill, right?
Yes.
Can I take a quick picture with you?
Yes.
I want to show my grandmother.
Do you have a Twitter?
No, a Facebook page.
To Facebook. What's on your mind, Bill?
Some of the basics that you need to know is that tomorrow you could be charged, that you do have a right to silence.
So we've decided that we're going to take some direct action against Adani and the Commonwealth Bank's links to them. So this is arrestable ones?
Yes, you're absolutely.
More than 16 of the major financial institutions have agreed not to fund the Adani coal mine, and the Commonwealth Bank is one that hasn't.
A security person might want to put his hands on and push you out the door or something. You remember what your role is, don't you? Stay out of the bloody way. He's not to be arrested because he's already facing court. You know.
There's security there. The cops are roving around.
We're closed.
There are a lot of cops, just letting you know.
Move away from the ATM.
Disruption for Commonwealth Bank customers today, with 11 branches across Newcastle and Lake Macquarie closed.
It'll draw the attention of the board of the Commonwealth Bank. This is what's going to happen increasingly if they don't put the right decision.
Well, I certainly don't think Bill Ryan's position is extreme at all. The Queensland government and the federal government supporting the Adani project, that's extreme. So I applaud Bill Ryan and people like him who are saying we simply can't let this happen.
You didn't get arrested, so I'm still one up on you.
He's a champion. I don't only call him my son, I call him my mate. I don't know what I'd do without him.
I think you'll make the 100 easy. Getting out there just brings him to life.
The youngest generation are here in strength, and I can pass on. That's nice. Yeah. The smile on my face.
Good luck.
I just want to go at any time, but till that happens, I'll fight on.
What about that guy, eh? I think somebody commented on Twitter, which I 1000% agree with, that man is a lit grandpa, if ever I have seen one. Correct? That story was produced by Simon Cunit.
Stick around, because coming up after the